200 people comment zero real quick and get this video to 1,000 likes, my people, for the Prime Minister's performance on crime. At least that's what Peter Bunting says. You know, I have something to play for you. Stay tuned, my people, alright? The PNP time to take over is here this September. Like and share the video. Listen to this.
There has been almost a socialization of the police leadership since 2017, 2018, to put this as a regular tool in their toolbox, so to speak. And I think that was a very unfortunate thing to do, and I don't think it helped the police in the long run. And perhaps if you had not had a former CDS as Commissioner of Police, it wouldn't have happened. But interestingly, if you look at an article written, I think it was about a year ago, by Harden Lewin, who had served as both Chief of Defense Staff and Commissioner of Police. And he made the exact same point I made earlier, that these serial and routine declarations of states of emergency was a massive waste of resources. And I put in quotations, if you want to say that. Yes. My criticism of Commissioner Anderson was this, as I said, this sort of doctrinal reliance on the states of emergency, which I, in a sense, understand. Because if you have military man, you know, your instinct is to go towards the militarization direction. Made the point repeatedly that the best investment we could make is increasing the number of boots on the ground in the JCF. The government instead increased by thousands the JDF because they needed those numbers to enforce the states of emergency. Somewhere around 22, 23, 24, they finally got around to increasing the numbers in the JCF. I think, for example, moving from approximately 12,000 to 14,000 has made a significant difference. We've been advocating for that for a long time, for almost 5 years. Eventually, better late than never, it came through. I think if there's one thing that would have made a significant contribution to 2024 is the increase in numbers.
Alright, so let's talk about it. Zero. It's fair to say that's what the score that the former security minister has given the Prime Minister's performance on crime. Zero. But what are your thoughts though? Does he deserve the zero, or do you give him more on his performance for 2024 on crime and violence, which is Jamaica's biggest problem? Alright? Now, according to the security minister, my people, this Prime Minister had no real plan, no real strategy to fight against crime, and that has been the biggest problem. And what the tool he used the most in his mind to combat crime and violence was the best way forward? States of emergency. That was the tool that this Prime Minister used, and according to him, he said that it helped with crime, and that is his statement. According to Peter Bunting, my people, who is the former security minister, that strategy was no real strategy, because they're saying that the states of public emergency should have been used for more critical situations rather than just a tool. You know, if an incident took place down in a volatile area, so to speak, then bam, there would be a state of emergency. You understand? He says that now more than ever, the government and the states of emergency were responsible for lives lost during the states of emergency. That's what he says. They should be held responsible for so much states of emergencies that a lot of lives were lost. You understand? You just heard it a while ago. So, is it zero? Or do you give the Prime Minister another score? And not even Peter Bunting alone shared that statement. Many other former law enforcement officers such as Renita Adams and of course other security professionals also who would say the same thing, that the Prime Minister and this government had no real plans. And to push the button even a little bit further, they're saying Horace Chang is old, and if you Google his name and type sleep beside of it, you will see him sleeping in government, hence the name Sleepy. And for a security minister, which is one of the most difficult ministries to handle, you cannot be asleep. You understand? You are sleeping on people's lives, their property, and their livelihood. And that is what, to push the button a little bit further, they are calling for his resignation immediately. You understand? But those are not my words. You tell me the score, And is it time come for the PNP, and do you think that they have a better plan to fight crime and violence in Jamaica? You understand? Okay, opposition spokesperson on national security, Senator Peter Bunting, says precious lives were lost over the past few years as the Holness administration, listen, foolishly pursued a strategy of heavy reliance of states of public emergency to tame the monster that is crime. Peter Bunting says that the frequent use of SOE since 2018 has not been proven to be useful as a tool in fighting against violent crimes. He says the former police commissioner, Major General Anthony Anderson, did make sure advances in capacity building and professionalization of the force, but he believed that even better results could have been materialized if General Anderson wasn't such a strong believer in the efficiency of SOE. But does it come as a surprise to you? Because the former police commissioner, he was not a policeman. He had military background. Hence the name Major General Anthony Anderson. So that's what he thinks. The strategies were heavy policing because he was from JDF, the military, so to speak. So, you know, when you think of that situation, even his overall selection for policing would have been wrong. You understand? Because he focused more on heavy security and heavy arms and heavy police presence rather than intel and information and strategies, so to speak. And that was what, you know, ultimately led to, you know, what many persons would say, you know, the down or the decline in, you know, crime fighting effectiveness, so to speak. So, ranking the Prime Minister and the Security Minister, 0 or 1, you tell me. We're going to move on from that. Like and share the video, my people. Okay? It is this piece of breaking news to you that I must give you urgently right now, right? And you must hear what is happening right now with, you know, Vybz Kartel's concert. Because Bahamas are going to move forward to ban his concert that is set to be there in this coming year. Alright? Now, according to the information presented, my people, this is breaking news. Leave a like on the video, share the video. Despite Freedom Street has proven to bring a slew of revenue to any country, right? The Bahamas Union wants to ban Vybz Kartel concert in the country. Yeah. Now, citing the Jamaican dancehall artist's criminal history, even though his 2011 murder conviction was overturned, the United Artists Bahamas intends to push back any means necessary under law against the permission of Vybz Kartel concert scheduled to take place at the Fort Charlotte. Look at that. And everything what me I say, you're seeing on the screen. Now, according to them, which is the Secretary General, he told the reporters that the union opposes the Vybz Kartel performance. He stated that the laws require the UABU, right, be contacted before any foreign musician may play in the Bahamas. Foreign performers are increasingly entertaining the nation to perform, he continued, bypassing the UABU and other relevant government authorities. So this is very serious. According to him, the Bahamas musicians and entertainers organizations, which is the BMEU, and the UABU's legacy organization is behind that, even though that it is only legal unions at this time. So two major music organizations and the secretary has now launched a ban on Freedom Street in the Bahamas. So there you go. And we won't waste any more time. We won't spare another second. Listen, just like how we come here every single day and we talk about keeping the name Donnelly Donaldson alive, we will talk about keeping the name Jasmine Dean also. And we still continue to send prayers to her father, Lloyd Dean. Okay? Jasmine Dean has still not been found. She was basically taken away at her school at the Mona campus. She was visually impaired, right? His father is calling for the drop-in penalty for the perpetrators. Look, Lloyd Dean, we still keep you in our hearts. And, we still pray that you find comfort in this time. It was the last report that, listen, after many, many, many years, Lloyd Dean still makes his daughter's bed. Lloyd Dean still tidies his daughter's room. Lloyd Dean still prepares Jasmine Dean's dinner. Like and share the video. We have more to come. Stay tuned. Don't go away. So forward.